Hi friends, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. Thank you for visiting my channel today. I have made a Easter egg gift box using both of the Hey Chick stamp sets and both of the matching dies, the Hey Chick and the Hey Birthday Chick. I love these sets. I'm probably keeping these for a long time till they wear out. But inside this is a chalk egg. Now, I bought these from not from Dollar Tree, from the Dollar Spot at Target. And there is, whoops, this is upside down, 6 of them for $1. So you can get 6 cute little gifts for little ones to put around the yard or to give away to school. But this time I'm going to be doing them with egg bubbles. These I got at Dollar Tree. They were 2 for $1 in a package. So you could fit a lot of different size eggs. You could fit the plastic eggs and you could put little treats inside if you wanted to. You could also fill this with grass and not have the egg holder in it and just make it like a little basket. On the front I have one of the chicks from Hey Chick. And this guy is from Hey Birthday Chick. This guy's from Hey Chick, and this is the Birthday Chick dies. And this is Hey Chick, and all the fences are from Birthday Chick dies. Alrighty, and I also used some of the fine art ribbon. Okay, so we need 2 pieces of cardstock for this. One for the outside and one for the inside. So for the outside, I used Balmy Blue, and this is 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. And for the inside, I used Granny Apple Green, which is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Alrighty, so let's get our Simply Scored. And we'll do the large one first. The 5, how much is this? 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to score at 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. Okay, and then we're going to score the 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 at 1 on all 4 sides. Very easy scoring. Okay. All right, before we fold and burnish, I'm going to use one of the circles from the Layering Circle dies. And this one cuts a circle that is about 1 5/8. Okay, but you can adjust this to whatever you feel your egg will sit in there nicely with. Okay. So I'm just going to center it in the middle, and I'm going to take a piece of my pink tape. Thank you very much, Patty, for pointing me in the right direction for the colored tapes. And I'm just going to cut this out, and I'll be right back. Okay. Alrighty, so that's what we're left with. Okay, now we can fold and burnish, and this is on the 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Alrighty. Alright, so let's start on the bottom right-hand square here, and we're just going to cut this rectangle end straight, and we're going to wedge the square. Right, then turn it a 1/4 turn. Keep the rectangle edge straight. And wedge out the square. Another 1/4 turn. Straight on the rectangle, wedge the square. And then one last turn. Alrighty. And that's it. Okay, then we need some tear and tape. And this is going to be the inside of our basket where the egg is held. And now we're going to attach it like this. So we want a good piece of tear and tape right up on each square close to the score line. And we're going to line up the score line with the edge of our rectangle on each end, each corner. Oops. Okay. And there we have it. And now this time I'm going to put that in there. But I sized it originally to fit the chalk eggs. Okay, so this one goes a little bit higher, but it's not a big deal because we just tie our cello a little bit higher. Alrighty. And I just thought this was such a cute thing to have, especially if you have to do a whole classroom. You get 6 for $1. It's not so expensive to give everyone a little something for the springtime or Easter, whatever you celebrate. Alrighty, so that's done. Now we have to construct our outer basket, and this is the 5 3/8 by 5 3/8 Balmy blue piece. Alrighty, and we're going to do the same exact thing with this one. We're going to start in the bottom right hand corner. We're going to cut the rectangle straight and wedge a little bit out of each side of the square. Turn it a quarter turn, straight, wedge the square. Quarter turn, straight, and wedge the square, and turn, and wedge the square. Okay. Alright, and the same thing with this, we need to get, but we're going to put something inside, so I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape all the way up by the score line, and then one at the bottom. I'm sorry for the fur baby that keeps walking around not settling down. There was actually 3 in here before and 2 left. Okay, and we're just going to line up the score line with the straight edge of the rectangle. Okay, and there's our box. And this, since I left an 1/8 of an inch all around, well, a 1/16 of an inch all around, it fits very nicely in there. Okay, and our little bubbles will fit nicely. It doesn't touch all the way, and it holds it up so that the kids can see it when they get it. Okay, now we need 4 pieces of, that's not it, 4 pieces of the Artistry in Bloom Designer Series paper. I picked the blue, which is the opposite of this pattern, and they are 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. Just gonna get my seal. Actually, let's put liquid glue on this. I'm just gonna make sure I get the edges. When I do the seal, sometimes I don't get it all the way up to the edge. Okay, so I have my paper on each side. Now you could just leave it blue if you don't want a little bit of a pattern on there. That would be fine too. All right, now I cut out 4 of the picket fence, 1 for each side. All right, and I'm just going to clip off that end piece that's sticking off. See the one that's over here? I'm just going to cut that straight flush. Okay, after we have the sides on, you don't have to put the blue paper on if you don't want. You could just use the blue background, but I wanted a little bit of a pattern. All right, now I need a piece I'm going to use for the grass that is 1/2 by 10.5 inches. All right, and I'm going to start at the edge just like that, and I'm going to pull it around the whole thing. Well, first we'll do it just to make the bends, just so that we know where we're putting it. And then this one is just going to go around the bend, and it'll go under. So we're going to start with this one. And I'm just going to put glue on the whole thing, just in the middle, and it will squeeze up. All right, so we're going to put it on the bend part first. And I'm just putting it to the bottom, didn't I? No, I put it to the bottom, almost to the bottom of the box. Just left a little bit up. And I'm just going to bend it onto there. And then I'm just going to run it around the whole box. You could cut several pieces, 4 pieces, and put it on, but I liked how it looked in one continuous piece. And then I just have to hold it on this edge for a second. Okay, and then I'm just gonna rub it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, I cut 4 pieces of the fence from Birthday Chick, and I started to do this already. And I just pounced a little bit of glue onto this first one here, and then I'm just going to put it so that a little bit of the sky shows under that rail on the fence. I'm just going to press it on each piece, each side. And I'm just going to find an empty that has no glue on it, an empty spot, so that we don't get glue on the front. And again, I'm just going to let a little tiny sliver of the sky show under the rail. Okay, and then I just need a little bit more glue for the last one. A lot of gluing. Reminds me of a diorama of one from when I was a little kid. Okay, we have our fence all on. Alrighty, now we have to do some stamping. And I'm going to stamp the chick with the messy hair first. This one is from Hey Chick. Then we need the little chick with the birthday hat. Then the chick that's still in the egg. And that's it. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty, and we'll do this egg first. And I just used a little bit of light smoky slate and I just put it along the one edge. Okay. And some light pumpkin pie, dark pumpkin pie for all the feet. And the beaks. Okay. And again, I'm going to just put a little bit of smoky slate, of light smoky slate on the edge of this chick too. Okay. And then for the big chick body and the little chick body, I'm going to use light and dark So Saffron. And I'm just going to trace a little under the shell and on top of the shell and along the edges of the wings. And then I'll fill in with the light. So it gives it a little bit of a lighter spot in the middle. Alrighty, and the same thing with the big chick. Okay, for the hair, I'm going to use dark Flirty Flamingo and dark Balmy blue. And I'm just going to kind of almost do every other. And then with the dark Flirty Flamingo, I'm going to color the ones I didn't color. And then maybe go over a little bit on the blue, because that will blend it to make some purpley looking hair. Okay, and the same thing on the tail feathers. Okay. And then I'm just going to bring in a little bit of the light So Saffron and just kind of blend away the harsh edge to the other colors. Alrighty, and I have them all nicely cut out with the matching dies right here. Alrighty, and I also cut out the sign out of So Saffron and the bag of seed out of Crumb Cake. And I'm going to use the dark Crumb Cake marker. Here's your piece. And I'm just going to make little lines that kind of blend. They'll blend. They'll end up blending in. I colored most of it. I just did this so that it didn't, I still wanted it to be crumb cake, but I didn't want it to blend in with the fence too much. So I just made sure that it had darkness on it. Okay, now we're going to pick which side we want as our front. This one. All right, and for the front, I'm just looking at what I did. I'm just going to put our chick that has the funky hair. Okay, and I'm going to use some dimensionals. Now he's going to go with his feet in the grass. So I'm not going to put it past his neck. Just go under his neck. And here. And I'm just going to cut a mini for his feet so that they stay on nicely. The big ones are easier to take off with your fingers. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to put them right on there, right in the middle. Okay, and then on this side I just put the happy chick, a little birthday hat chick, right in the middle. Okay, and then on the back I glued the sack of seed. Oops, should have used my mat. And I put the seed kind of laying against the fence. Okay, and then I popped up the little egg. My hands are getting very sticky now. I ran out of wipes in here, so I'm going to have to get them later. Alrighty, and then he's off to the left a little bit, or she. Alrighty, and then on the back, first I want to use my sponge and a little bit of crumb cake ink. You see, I just ran it along the edges of the sign to make it look a little older. Okay. And this is the stamping sponges. They come 3 in a pack, and you just cut them up. Alrighty. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment in the middle of the sign, "You're a good egg," and that's from Hey Chick. There we go. And I'm going to glue that on also. And I just made that a little bit sticking, sticking up on the top and slanted like it's stuck in the ground. Alrighty, and that's it on your whole box. Alrighty. Now we need one more piece of stamping, and I already did it. I cut this little label from the Hydrangea Haven dies, I think. Let me see. Oh, just plain Hydrangea dies. And I stamped with Memento Black ink, I stamped Have a Happy Day. And that is from Hey Chick also. Alright, and that's the last piece of stamping. Alright, now we're going to put our little bubbles in there. I have some, they're 6 by 8, I believe, or 6 by 7 1/4 cello bags. It would be better, since I don't have any right now, to have gusseted bags, because you'd be able to get a much thinner one. I got mine on Amazon. These don't have the lip and tape at the top, but if you happen to have the ones that have the strip on there, just cut it right off. Alrighty. But if you don't have a gusseted bag, 6 by 7 1/4 is at least what you're going to need. Alright, and then I just stuck it to the bottom. It's coming apart on me. Now you don't even have to do this. You could put a handle and just leave it at that and tie a bow on the handle. Okay, let me put this in there. And the bubbles, or the chalk, or one of the plastic eggs with some treats in it. Alrighty. And then I got some of my fine art ribbon. I just gathered it above the egg. I don't want to pull it too tight because you don't want this chicken head to get completely bent. And I just tied a bow. Okay. And then I'm just going to clip it off. Alrighty, my hands are a little bit sticky, so it's sticking to the bow, making it a little harder to make it. Alrighty, now for the bottom here, because you see I have so much, you might not have that with the gusseted smaller bags. You need the tape that is the cello tape. The invisible tape seems to not work. It shows up for me. Okay, and then you're just going to grab the point of the bag with the end of the tape and pull it under, just like that, so that it shows up pretty nicely. Everything is nicely tucked in there. You can see the sides. Alrighty, now we have our Have a Happy Day label, and I'm just going to poke a hole in the end. And I'm going to use some of the Flowers for Every Season blue baker's twine. I'm going to put it in a loop and stick it through the front. Cut it off and then stick these through the loop. Okay. Then I'm just going to tie it under the bow so that it kind of comes out on the right hand side. I'm just going to knot it. You could tie a bow back here if you want it to be easy to open. And then I'm just going to clip it off. Okay. And there you have your Easter egg gift box with all the cute sides for them to look at. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate the time you spend watching my channel. And if you would like to purchase any of these products, you can buy them through me at the address at the top of the screen. And please, I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the like button. And if you have any questions about what I've done here or any of the Stampin' Up! Products, please let me know. You can leave it in the comments, or you can email me at Catherine, which is CATHRYN 67 @yahoo.com. Alrighty, I'll see you next time. Bye.